Praises to the Most High. Give him honor and glory, family. Honor unto Yeshua, our Messiah, our King, and unto the Ruach, the Holy Spirit, and unto wisdom that brings forth knowledge, and unto all my brothers and sisters out on the forefront. All right, family. So, as you see before you, it's D.L. Hughley is suspicious of cops in death of Botham John neighbor. I was so torn up and crying out to the Most High and praying the night I found out that he died. I just could not believe it. I actually did a post or a video on him being on the stand. I said a lot of that he said was so much to me for the protection. But there was a question that was asked. What did he heard, or did he ever, heard Amber Geiger say, hold your hand up, let me see your hands. I'm sorry, let me see your hands. So I know Joshua had got very emotional on the stand. I noticed that he had called Botham Bo, and I was like, that sounds kind of suspicious because that's a personal name, as if have known him, and not only you live across the hall from him, but it's just a lot of things that to me he was more like there, and now I'm understanding that he was summoned there, and he was actually in California, and they asked him to come back and told him what was going to happen if he did not return. He already had put out that he felt a threat was on his life. Prior, he had got shot, and someone said he was shot in the foot, and a person that was with him actually ended up dying. But that didn't hit news, and I'm kind of surprised about that in itself. That at least would have hit mainstream news or something of Texas. So it's just a lot of question marks still. But I cried out to the Almighty because I was just so hurt, and I just kept saying over and over, Father, forgive me, which, just forgive us, forgive all what we have done, when this nightmare is going to be over with. And I know that the timing that the Almighty have for our redemption, it's in his timing. But I found out, just last week, he was at the forefront of the Civil War, his angels and the chariots, and his spirit was, placed on different ones to proceed. And also it showed up in Abraham Lincoln. Spirit was put on him for him to actually put forth about the proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation. So Father just showed me and actually let it be known that what they call aliens and what they call UFOs, those are chariots and those are angels. But the way they want to spin it is because they still want to be in this world of deception, and they want the truth so far, far from where they at. So it just one thing led from another. After the trial, from the hugging from Bottom's brother with Amber, from the judge coming down and hugging and her and giving her a Bible and praying, from the seeing that one of the officers that were there inside the courtroom, actually another so-called black person was straightening up Amber's hair. So of course that hit worldwide stage, and so many people was just bothered by it. But I kept, to myself to whatever degree, and I didn't share too much because I was seeking the I was seeking the Almighty and I was crying out to Him because my heart aches for my people. You know, the love He have given me, and just for my people, it just aches. And not only Bottom, but Joshua. Now 3 more Israelites is going to be pulled in this web. So I'm not sure if you heard about, by now you probably have, that they want to line it up and say Joshua was in this drug deal that went bad, and one of the person that came along with other 2 say Joshua shot him, would say he had a legal gun, it wasn't registered. I mean, it's so much for the defense of anybody who wanted to get away with this could. You understand? Because there's so much question marks. And when someone comes out in a day or so and lay out all the facts and say we got who we're looking for, you best believe it's lies. It takes weeks and sometimes months, sometimes years to solve a case. And when you can come out, because now you feel threat that if you all don't find who they are, then the world going to start looking at you all as being a issue. I'm talking about the Dallas, police department, and so forth and so forth. So we must understand our ways, not the Almighty ways. He knows all things. A lot of times things are put in line for the good and we just can't see it. So we must not lose faith with the Almighty. We must believe that justice will be served. Justice will be provided. Justice will be given. We must understand this. So I just want to take your attention to I wanted to get back to D.L. Hughley. Let me see if I can get there. So it's just a lot going on. And I just see, it just, this world the way it is. So kudos for D.L. Hughley for coming forth and saying something, because I looked at online, this news outlet that claimed that he's so much for our people, but he always say, I know what games look like. You can't get one over on someone who know what game looks like. But he and 2 other so-called black men were on his panel, and they never came forth and tried to say they wanted to automatically side with the news people, and ones are and say, oh, he was like drug dealing. Really? Were they gonna travel with 3 to 4 hours, some depending which way you going, 5 hours to get for a drug deal? When you can get those same drugs where you at? It doesn't add up, family. It doesn't. And it just put me in the mind, like, Father looking at us, when are we going to stretch out and lay out before him and cry out like our people did in the land of Egypt, and in anywhere that they went, they cried out to him and he heard their cries. But so much of our people so stuck in loving this earth, not only the earth, I'm sorry, but this land of America, wherever the slave ships went, that, and I must just speak for America, that they so glued and they so tied in to this. So I must go, but I just wanted to just touch a little bit about D.L. Hughley. He said, not necessarily pointing the fingers at the police following the death of Botham John neighbors, but he is not yet convinced they have cleaned hands either. And talk about the policemen. We got Hughley Monday at LAX, and this takes on the shocking murder of Joshua Brown, who testified against ex-Dallas Amber Geiger days before getting gunned down. Is definitely an interesting one. DL said If Brown had testified against a gang member and then got shot, it would be natural to suspect the gang was involved. So in this case, it only makes sense to wonder if cops had something to do with the slaying. So now he did say, I'm not sure if the news came out about it, and then the so-called black, whoever he is, chief or whatever, came out and gave the whole rundown, play, saying that, got the pictures of the two black guys, two of them on the backdrop. You know what I'm saying? Just to show it's just a bunch of nonsense. And, family, one day we have to know, Dad, I'm saying Dad, my daddy, my father, the Almighty God is going to take care of all of the wrongdoing that has been done against his people. We got to believe, we got to trust, we got to know that we may not understand the ins and outs of all things, but one day, I'm praying one day soon, these answers will be answered for all the wrong that has been done to his people. So I must go, and I will close out. But if you take a moment to look through, just pull up the Apple Google News. Look who is being brought out on the red carpet more so than ever. I don't have to say no names. I don't have to say what race. Judgment is here. But remember, it's not in our timing. It's not how we can see and probably, pinpoint. Because remember, family, we are living within a prophecy that we are in the midst. It's nothing that has happened. We look back on it, or nothing to look forward to. Every day we are within the prophecy of our redemption is so close. So we just have to keep in mind that one day Father's going to take care of all of this, and judgment will be as it should be. Blessings, family. Shalom. And just want to say, on this day of atonement, that we put the Almighty first. Family, repent. Cry out to Him for our deliverance. Family, cry out to Him. Cry out to Him. But I must know, and you must know, that the 12 tribes have to come together with the stick. We have to bridge together. And so in many directions we are scattered, not only in America, but we scattered in America with our own doctrines. And however the Almighty going to do it, when He lead us to it, because that's what I'm believing that He will do. But we got to get the mindset that not look down on our people, pray for our people. Because the more you distance and point fingers at this group or that group, or she's not doing it right, or he's not doing it right, and why is this and why this, we're just bringing more and more distance between us. All right, family, blessing. Love you all. Shalom.